So at this point, this bone that I'm now looking at a section of, all right? Remember how now, since we're in, because, you know, think about it being this representing a piece of all of it going around, okay? So all the way around has a connective tissue wrapping, all right? Periosteum. In the cartilage, we had perichondrium, okay? This time, the connective tissue wrapping that's going around the bone contains stem cells, and they are now termed osteochondral progenitor cells. Let's take the terms apart. Osteo is telling me what kind of stem cell. Chondral is telling me what kind. Cartilage. I now have in my connective tissue wrapping surrounding the bone stem cells. Progenitor, genesis, okay, beginning. Does that make sense? I now have in this connective tissue surrounding the bone the ability to give rise, because it's a stem cell, to either a cartilage cell or a bone cell. Osteochondral progenitor cells. So they can now become either chondroblasts or osteoblasts. Is everybody with me? So those cells, those stem cells, are very important. Now, in normal wear and tear of our bones, all right, the osteoclast is very active. This is what I was explaining about that ruffled border and it being on that matrix of the hydroxyapatite, the calcium phosphate, okay? Note how it kind of seals itself to the bone. That's because we don't want those hydrogen ions just going into all of the environment around this cell. We only want it in this area for it to become acidic so that it'll break down the bone. This is what would occur if bone needs to remodel, if bone needs to repair, if bone needs to heal, or if we need to break down our bone to level out the calcium in our bodies. So it's a process that's taking place all the time. As you sit here right now, osteoclast, osteoblast, osteocytes, they're busy. All right? They are very busy. Now, when we look, yes, actually, we're going to talk about the steps that take place, because one of the things that we have to remember, if we break a bone, there are different types of breaks, right? Okay, we've got breaks that can be spiral, we've got breaks that can be a hairline, we've got breaks that can come through the skin, okay? I mean, there are many different types of breaks. But even if that didn't come through the skin, we still have a bone that has broken, and here's the kicker. Bone is highly vascularized. So guess what else we broke a whole bunch of? Blood vessels. And somebody breaks a bone, tend to get the swelling and the puffiness and of course the pain. I mean, I've never broken one, so I don't know, okay? But I understand, very painful, okay? And it's because of everything that's in the bone. It's not just that hardened tissue, it's blood vessels, it's softer tissue, it's tissues that are around it, it's a wrapping around the bone. Cool. You think about it, you know, kind of cool. So when we talk about bone, when we are in just our nice structure of bone, okay? When we're in our nice little structure, all happy and nothing's broke and it's getting to build up and break down and maintain and blah, 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 okay? It's termed lamellar. What? Lamella. I don't know what language it goes to, okay? Lamella, lamelle, lamella. All that's telling you, circles. Circle, a circle, a circle, a circle. Okay? Now, what does that mean? They tried to take one of those circles, that's what these are for. Okay, it's not the Madonna thing. Alright? Okay? They're trying to show that if you look, well, hello. If you try to look at what we call an osteon, alright? This one, I'm going to try to do it on the camera, okay? This is an osteon, 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 this is an osteon. Alright, does everybody kind of see what I'm talking about? I hope I got it on camera. Osteon, 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 osteon. Okay? Osteon, 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 osteon. All this grouping of circles. Okay? Osteon, 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 osteon. Okay? So, osteon, 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 osteon. Every single group of the circles, all right? What that is telling me, when I look at this, that's my lamellar bone. All right? Because I've got anywhere from 7 to 10 circles existing in this one osteon. Okay? So, if this is an osteon, if this is an osteon, if this is an osteon, note 1, 2, 3. So they're representing it with 7 circles. Because they're anywhere from 7 to 10 big. That's as big as they'll get. They won't go past that. Okay? So that's what this would be a lamella, this would be a lamella, this would be a lamella, this would be a lamella. Does that make sense? Linda, did you get to see that? Okay. Lamella, 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 lamella. And there would be anywhere from 7 to 10 of them. All right? That's my mature bone. Okay, hardened bone. We got to get to that point though. Now, as we grow and develop, all right, this is what we're building. Okay, and this particular osteon, this particular osteon, this particular osteon, it runs the entire length of that bone. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so all the compact bone that's around this, osteon after osteon after osteon. All right, and then it's surrounded by layers of bone going around as one big circle. Does that make sense? To get to this point, okay, we got to go through some other orientations of the bone. Okay, so like egg and sperm meet, offspring formed, develops. We call it woven bone. All right, it's what will happen at a time we have fracture repair. Basically, the structure that we get to see, okay, doesn't look symmetrical. All right, it looks like bone just going in lots of different directions. And then as development or repair occurs, it will begin to remodel to the point that when remodeling is done, it will look like this. It will be lamellar bone. Yes, no, maybe. So, growing, repair, we start out woven to get remodeled to develop the hardened, mature bone. Now, the spongy bone that exists inside some of our bones. The spongy bone, just like the name implies, looks like a sponge. Not sponge-like at all, okay? However, the cool thing about it, it actually is what gives the hardened, mature bone its strength. If we were to be nothing but hardened bone, without any of this sponginess in between it, our skeletons would be so heavy we wouldn't be able to move. So, it adds strength and it adds mobility for us. Now, all of this structure that's existing here, okay, looking to the inside of it, we call it trabeculae. It's called trabeculae if we look at all these bones. So the structure that gets formed is trabeculae. Basically just all these pieces of bone with those spaces that are present. Okay? One of the things about the spongy bone, it is more pronounced along areas of the bone that we say are withstanding stress. stressors. So if we are looking at what right here is a femur bone, all right, showing the head of the femur, note that versus the shaft of the bone, the ends of the bone have heavier spongy bone present, because those are going to be areas that are under high stress. And we think about the femur is bearing all of the weight of the upper body. Okay, so it is under tremendous stress. Believe it or not, your ankles are under even more. But the structure that's present in the ankles is what's beneficial at that point. Because